How much of a concern is this to you that the U.S. will directly intervene to weaken the U.S. dollar?
Well, I agree it's a low risk, but it's growing. And I would be surprised if the US directly intervened in the foreign exchange markets. They haven't done so for a very, very long period of time. I think, however, that even the uncertainty or the unpredictability that this could happen, markets have to start at least placing in some probability that, there could be a change. And because of that, I think that it's going to definitely have some influence on the value of the US dollar.
Is there a real difference between direct intervention on the one hand and really affecting your currency by your monetary policy on the other? And this seems to be a central debate right now, not just in the United States, but in China and Europe.
I think you could argue that, you talk about the various, you've got your fast-acting drug, in the next 30 minutes, and then the 12-hour takes, place. You could argue that intervention is your quick-acting kind of try and jolt the currency. The interest rate kind of dynamic is something that you would expect to be more long-lasting. So eventually they have the same impact, but maybe the intervention is more of a surprise and has that greater short-term impact. So
even though people are expecting the Federal Reserve to cut rates, hedge funds are still net long the dollar. And I'm wondering, do you think they're wrong?
Well, they're fairly balanced, and you could argue that they're wrong, but they're less wrong than they were before, because if you look at the long positions, they've been pared back substantially by probably around about 2/3. I would say they're essentially following the money, following the leads, following what Mr. Powell's saying, and the repositioning has been appropriate. I would be probably not surprised were they to move to shorts in a very short period of time.
Wait, hold on a second. So in other words, you see more significant weakness in the greenback coming up in the next 3 months to 6 months?
Yes, I would say so.
How much?
Probably we're looking, the euro's around about 112, 113. We could get, it's not huge, but we could get up to 115, 116 over the next 3 to 6 months.